Hello friends, what's up? Just down the street. Just gonna go for a little ride. Just finished some work, so I just come out and get some wind therapy. Not too far, probably a half-hour ride and then head back home. So let's get started. Kickstand up. Here we go. Let's see, what can we talk about? Well, in my last episode, I kind of talked about that YouTuber, creator, influencer, $1 million Bogan. And I gotta say, I'm so addicted to watching his videos. What did I watch last? Oh, I watched, he did a podcast with Matt Laidlaw that owns the Harley dealership. I think it's in Long Beach, California. It just got me thinking about Harley Davidson culture. And what an amazing, they got the history, but other brands have the history too. But Harley over the years have done such a great job of marketing the brand and building a culture around it. For instance, it's been said, and it's kind of humorous, but they say Harley is a clothing company that happens to sell motorcycles. I've heard that from a number of people. And it's true. It's like, not only does Harley have, tons of accessories for their bikes to customize, I would say probably too many, but they just have tons of apparel and regional apparel. So, just if you want a nice Harley t-shirt or shirt, you go to the Austin Harley dealer or San Diego or LA, Long Beach, wherever, and they'll have their own, Harley shirts with the city listed on there. I have been, I don't know about Europe, and maybe you guys, anyone that's watching this from Europe can comment. The BMW dealerships I have been into here have the standard, BMW riding gloves, a few different types of riding jackets, some kind of adventure suits. Not a whole lot, and it's of course very expensive, and Harley gear is not cheap either, but I just, for myself, I would just love to have a few cool t-shirts that have a boxer engine on them, or have the BMW motorrad logo, or just something to show, when I'm out in the store cruising around, whatever, I'm kind of supporting the brand. And if you see another person wearing the shirt, you say, hey, you got a BMW? Yeah, cool. And you can kind of talk about your shared interest. And that's kind of where the culture starts, to kind of happen. And here in the US, of course, Harley is just one of the kings in terms of sales of bikes and whatnot. But especially here in Texas, when I ride around, a great majority of the bikes I see are Harleys. And there's so many Harley rides and gatherings and functions and bike nights and Sturgis and all these huge events that are dominated by Harley. You can go to Sturgis on your BMW, no one's stopping you, but it's definitely a Harley event. And we don't really have that. There's the BMW clubs, and I've looked at a few different Facebook groups. I don't know, it's just so hard to get together with anyone and have some BMW get-togethers or rides. I know they happen, and maybe BMW dealerships in Europe have more variety and have more offerings for t-shirts and shirts and baseball hats and different types of apparel. But here I even looking on like Amazon or looking on websites, and I can't find any cool shirts. I don't know. What do you guys' thoughts about that? And it just seems like Harley is just universal. I mean, there's globally, you go to any region of the world, there's Harleys and there's Harley clubs and there's custom shops and gosh, you name it. It's just quite amazing. And I was thinking, God, if I had enough money to afford a second bike in my garage, I would definitely get a cruiser, because I really would like to have a cruiser. But I think some people just do get pulled into that culture and be like, you know, yeah, maybe I want a different type of bike, or I want a, you know, Goldwing, or I want a sport bike. But you know, where I live, there's just lots of Harleys and lots of, you know, functions and a culture and just hanging out and having fun, and they end up buying a Harley. This guy's skateboarding here. There's a police officer right behind him. Busted. The funny thing was, I looked up online how many Harleys were sold globally last year, and how many BMWs were sold globally last year. And shocking, the numbers I came up with anyways for 2021, Harley had a 8% increase in sales, and BMW had a 14.6, I think it was, close to 15% increase of sales, which is great. I heard this year they're not doing so well though, and I guess that could be because of supply issues. Also, costs have gone up. Another thing that's happened, especially here in America, I don't know about other places, but you know, when you go into a Harley dealer or you know, any motorcycle dealer, there's usually a pretty good stock of bikes that you have to choose from, and some get kind of left over, and it's a good opportunity for you to wheel and deal with the dealership and get a better price because they've got a bike in their hands that they want to get rid of. But that doesn't exist as much anymore, because there's not, you know, if you, for example, you want one of these RSs, you're not going to go into a showroom and they've got, like, you know, every color available. You're going to have to order it and wait 6 months. And by that, you know, that ordering doesn't allow you to really negotiate too much with the dealer. But anyways, Harley and BMW sold almost exactly the same amount of bikes in 2021. 194,000 and change each. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the? I thought for sure Harley would have sold a lot more than BMW. But anyways, it's interesting. And that, you know, goes back to my culture thing. How is, you know, BMW has a long culture too, or history, I should say. Off the top of my head, I don't know when it was started, but it definitely has a long history going back to, you know, even before World War II, and they were making airplanes and all that good stuff. Where's the culture part of the BMW experience that Harley has? I don't know. Comment below what you think about that. Like I said, I wish I had some extra coin to rub together and buy a cruiser, and either an Indian or a Harley, just because I like that seating position, and it would be a nice change up to, you know, change of pace to have that, and also you know, to kick back and be loud. I'm just pulling in to see. I haven't been here in a while. This is the YMCA. I usually ride my bicycle out here. They got a really cool trail in the back. But they have a lake here. The gate might be closed. I'm just checking it out. But yeah, please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about, you know, the cultures of different bikes, and what your thoughts are on Harley versus BMW, and how, you know, how they succeeded or failed in different ways. Looks like the gate is open. That's cool. So there's some, there's a little lake right there. There's some cabins back here you can rent, and this is a summer camp for kids. Come here. Got a rock climbing wall, volleyball court, canoes, paddleboard. Oh, they got a huge slide over there too. Shoot you out into the lake. You can see it. A big inflatable out there in the middle too that you can jump on. This is little cabins back here. Oh, wooden bridge. Look out. Coming through. Yeah, a tree house too. What's back here? Oh, that's a big inflatable. Oh, these are bigger cabins back here. Jeez, where the heck does this go? This is the great thing about having a motorcycle, just exploring. I've never been back here because that gate is usually closed back there. So I didn't know how far this went back. Oh, look at this. It goes all the way out to back to the street. Whoa, look at that guy, Roadrunner. Dee, 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 dee. I grew up watching that dude. He just ran across in front of me. Alright, well that's about it for this adventure. Thanks for joining me. Again, please consider subscribing. Help me out. Help me out, friends. Get me to that magic 1,000 mark, so I can start getting some gas money from YouTube. Oh, wind therapy, man. Nothing beats this. This is awesome. Alright, again, take care, guys. Till next time. Later.